Google, and when I talked to him, he was working with Pixar, and I was like, you know, there's so many people that want to get in the IntWorks influence, but we're really careful in picking who we let in here. And this guy, in a short period of time, has like become part of the family, and he's brought the influence. And today, we're going to open that door, and I think it's going to blow your mind. So please welcome to our family, John Erik Moseler. John Erik, come on here.
Thank you, everybody. I want to talk to you about three of my favorite projects I've ever been able to work on. I think we have a slide of that. So here they are. I want to introduce them to you. That's Luke and Leia, is what I was going to name them until my wife introduced me that their names is Logan and Peyton. And so Logan is 16 now. Peyton is 13. Boy and a girl, perfect. And then we went camping. Done having children. Don't go camping. Just letting you know that will mess up your plans. And so that's baby Emerson. In there. Yes. And let me tell you, braces and diapers at the same time, that's adventure. Yeah, it is. That's adventure. Although I sometimes say, people say, how many kids do you have? And I say, well, I have 2 kids and then I have kind of a grandkid. Because we're not going to read any more baby books. Like, he's just going to have to work it out, like it's survival of the fittest. And he's 5 now, and so Logan was saying, I said, Logan, it's time to go to bed. It's getting a little bit late, and he said, okay, no problem. Just one question. Does the 5-year-old have to go to bed? He's like, no, he's in bed. I'm like, no, he's Dad, he's in the other room watching Hell's Kitchen. I was supposed to read a story, I think. But grandkids are fun. They are. Great. Can't wait to get more of them. So I want to help you grow your business. And if I would tell you one thing that's going to help you grow your business with social media, it is this. Stop being strategic. You see, being strategic, I think it's becoming about manipulation. And let me ask you a question, ladies. Do you want a guy that loves you to be strategic? Or would you rather that he's thoughtful?
Thoughtful.
Stop being strategic with social media and just start being thoughtful, and it will grow your business. It will change everything for you. Just being thoughtful. It's a big part of that. Now, I think it's because we focus on the wrong thing. We focus on the wrong thing. I'm going to do a little test for you. I'm going to play a video. I want you, as they're playing this video, I want to see what number you come up with at the end. So watch this video and make sure you get the number in your head.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Part of the team. I saw that. Boy, he really walked right there.
You know that the challenge is that if we keep counting things too much and we're focused in on the wrong things, we miss the moonwalking bear. For you in your business, social media is the moonwalking bear. And if you don't use it right, if you're not looking at the right thing, you are going to miss some of your biggest opportunities. Mark talked about it before, is that that social media, we think it's about technology. It's not about technology. In fact, what you need to understand is that technology is just an accelerator, okay? When you have technology, all that technology is, that doesn't mean that it's electronics. Technology just allows you to do something faster. So a washing machine is technology. Why? Because you were able to do it faster. Many times, take a brick, for example. That brick isn't good or bad. I could take that brick and I could build a school, or I could take that brick and I could throw it through a stained glass window. All it allowed me to do is do what I wanted in my heart faster. So all technology is going to do is allow you to do what's inside of you faster. So you see, Facebook isn't good or bad. Social media isn't good or bad. Twitter isn't good or bad. If you want to gossip, you can do it faster on Facebook. If you want to be jealous, you can spend a lot of time on other social media and be jealous. All it is doing is amplifying and accelerating what's in your heart. If you don't like what's out there and coming out of there, we don't look there, we have to start looking inside of us. That's different. Now, the other thing that's important is just because it can accelerate jealousy and hurt, there's a bigger opportunity. Because it can accelerate encouragement. That person that is lost, that person that needs to be noticed, think about this, is that social media can accelerate hope. Now, some of you might think, I'm just not good at social media. People tell me this all the time. I'm just not good at it. And I tell them, no, you're great at it. Because you're a great friend. You're great at relationships. You just don't know where the button is. You see, 98% of it is just, are you a good friend? 2% is where the button is. You just think to yourself, well, because it's technology and I need an IT guy. No, that's a small little part of it. Well, you know, the phone, no. It's a little part of it. That's easy to teach. Really hard to teach how to be a good friend. Really hard to teach people how to listen. Really hard to go through and teach those things. If you don't get it, that's really hard. Where that button does this, pretty easy. You see, what happens is we use social media wrong. It's still the wild, wild west. And let me explain. You see, what happens with technology is something really, really interesting. Take radio, for example. When radio is, when it comes out, when it's invented, they say, this is amazing. I can hear somebody, and I can't see them, I can hear them, and they're far away. This is incredible. Okay, what are we going to put on the radio, though? I don't know. There's a baseball game. Let's just set up microphones, and everybody's like, "Wow, I can hear the baseball game. That's incredible. Oh, wow!" But after a while, you're like, "It's kind of boring. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea how." And they have to start to mature. They have to say, we need announcers, and let's do this on the radio. And then, and what's interesting is I was recently able to go to a football game, and the guy was watching the game and listening to the radio. because he's a hardcore fan. And I knew in that instant, radio is doing something that the live experience can't. See, when technology gets to a point, not where it's copying the past, but it's doing something that the previous technology couldn't, then that's amazing. Because he had to have both. But what happened with television? If you look at the first shots of television, you know all it is? It's taking pictures of a guy talking on the radio. Why? Because they say, this is amazing. Now what are we gonna do? Oh, well, Walter Cronkite is on the radio. Why don't we just roll a camera in there? Because we don't know what to do with it. It's cool. It's kind of boring. We don't know, like, and what happens, it has to mature. And so this progression, let's take that to social media. Here's how you're using your social media. You are running it like a television station. Because we say, it's really cool. What are we gonna put on it? I'm gonna put TV. I'm gonna put a magazine ad. I'm going to, because it doesn't mature. We're now at the point where we're understanding that, wait, social media can do some things that television can't. See, television can just talk to you. It can't listen. I was talking to my son Logan, and I was telling him how a girl will fall in love with you. That if you take her to the movies and you just go to the movies and you sit down next to each other and you watch the movie, buy her popcorn, do that, hold the door, do all the things you're supposed to do, she still will never fall in love with you. She will only fall in love with you when you take her on an adventure. See, the movie is just this one way. There's no dialogue, there's no conversation that can happen. You have to take her on this adventure. So, social media to me is much more like falling in love. I was having to I do some testing with Google Glass, and I get to have the prototype, and there was a day I had to go pick it up in New York, and as I was going to pick it up, they gave me the date. And you don't have a lot of choices when they say, if Google says be here on this date, you probably should go on that date. The problem is, it was my daughter's birthday. So if it is Peyton versus Google, Google loses 100% of the time. And I'm not gonna miss a 12-year-old girl's birthday. As I was, on my soapbox about that, my assistant also said, you also could just use the companion ticket that you have left over and take your daughter to New York for her birthday and pick up your thing there. And I was like, I am going to be father of the year. So I woke my daughter up and I said, would you like to go to lunch? And she said, it's kind of early, but okay. And so I said, let's get ready. And my wife and I, we arranged it. All her suitcases were in the back. And we drove over that. We got to the airport. And she said, we're eating at the airport for my birthday. And I said, no. We're going to have lunch at the Plaza Hotel in New York City for your birthday. As going for Father of the Year. So we're at the Plaza Hotel, and I took a picture and I put it on Instagram right as we were leaving. And so this next picture here is her right outside the Plaza Hotel. Beautiful, beautiful 12-year-old girl. But I want you to look at that last comment. It says, wishing you a very happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed a rather marvelous lunch from Eloise at the Plaza Hotel. Now, in that moment, I fell in love with the Plaza Hotel. I did not need to see an ad. I would have ignored that. I don't care if they were in a magazine. I don't care. They could have spent millions of dollars putting a lot of things out there, but you know what they did? They understood that's not social media. Social media is more about listening than broadcasting. See, that's what we do. We're just broadcasting, and we just go, hey, buy this, get that, that's on sale, this is that, look at me, look at